Our new anime begins with the fall of the Dark Lord. The female lead was relieved that finally the Dark Lord was killed by the hero. But our underwear hero drop kicks the princess and beats the crap out of her. Personally, I love this moment. Anyway, Sunralu finally beats the VR game with this. While normally people tends to play top-notch games, Sunralu is a total freak who loves to clear all the trashy game he could get, a complete freak to be precise. But aside from his trashy gaming hobby, Sunralu was a second year at high school, but bro still doesn't know there's a girl who's head over heels for him. But her chance to make a move on Sunralu always fails. Rei is a gamer herself and always buys games from Mana's shop, because it's the same store where Sunralu buys his games. Mana knew Rei had a crush on Sunralu, so she came to the shop to look for him. She tells Rei that Sunralu got stuck with another legendary trash game, which had miserable systems and could only be cleared out if someone beats the boss wearing only underwear and a mask. And right there Sunralu walks in and Rei disappears with her Godspeed, so Mana asked Sunralu how Filia went, and it was a legendary trash as expected. And the biggest challenge in the game wasn't the Demon Lord, but the female lead. She always gets a lot of people killed and blames it on Demon Lord, and if they complain even a little bit, Filia won't let them proceed in game and it takes 3 hours to get her mood back on game. Even Aqua was more useful than her. But all that becomes worthwhile in between 3 minutes after beating the boss. Between the cutscene, players could beat Filia to their heart's content, all thanks to a bug. But now Sunralu had had his fill of trash games after playing Filia, so Mana suggests him to try out a good game for once. A fully immersive game with more than 30 million players on board Shangri-La Frontier. She signals Rei to take this chance as Sunralu took interest in it. Sunralu bought the game and researched that the game has set a global record of players log in, so the game is drowning with hardcore fans. Then Sunralu dived into the game and chose to be a wanderer for extra luck. He kicks out his defense gear to get a high-level weapon. Then he bought a strange bird mask to hide his face and types his usual player name. After that player avatar was complete and Sunralu starts the game in the middle of nowhere. Sunralu noticed the game pretty much feels real down to the movements, surroundings and the scenery. From that height he saw the starting town of Firstia and decided to get there. He checked his stats, which were all freshers, and then a goblin attacked him. Sunralu then brought out his twin blade to finish it off in a single strike and saw he leveled up from just one prey, but then a killer bunny tried to attack him who had pretty rough raw power. But Sunralu still gives it a critical strike and again got a level up. There Sunralu noticed that he hasn't run into a bug yet, which impressed him, so Sunralu goes on hunting to level up. And later collected 2 verpole blades of the killer bunny, but Sunralu noticed he had gotten too far away from starter town while hunting, so he decided to move to the nearby town Sekanale. All he had to do was cross a bridge which was protected by a area boss. Even though Sunralu was a beginner, he charged in relying solely on his skill. Bro was enjoying his first ever god tier game. As for Rei, she travels to Firstia town to find Sunralu, but she had no luck so far. She was a pretty high-level player at Shangri-La, but she had no idea Sunralu was in a fight with the area boss. Sunralu realized he wouldn't be able to take even a single hit from that snake, or it would be his death, so he was making his moves very sharply, and even so that snake used his poop attack on Sunralu. His poop was a deadly poison that started to depleted Sunraku's HP. So Sunralu made every minute count and lands a critical hit on the same area multiple times, which dealt some damage, but it got healed up quickly. Sunralu knew he wouldn't be able to avoid a hit at this rate, but his enslaved gamer soul got awakens and he aims his hit on the eye. It defeated the boss and Sunralu once again leveled up. It also gave him some drop items, but his health was still going down, so he made a run for it to get to the checkpoint, and at the town's gate. Reggie was trying to rizz up his crush by teaching her the ropes of this game, but there they saw Sunralu and Mia thought it's a strange creature and thought of killing it. But Reggie stopped her from killing Sunralu and warned her not to kill a player if she doesn't want a tag of player killer. Reggie knew Sunralu had been poisoned by that poop attack, so he told him to lie down on a bed at an inn to create his checkpoint. Sunralu tried to hurry up, but the NPC was a major slowpoke on registering him. But thankfully he got a room and Sunralu created his checkpoint with the devil's luck, and right there he died and woke up in reality. Sunralu was thankful to Rage for the heads up he gave him. So he logged in again the other day, but everyone kept gawking at him and thought Sunralu must be a masochist, so Sunralu first bought out some clothes and then went on a weapon shopping. But nothing impressed him. So the smith told him he could make a custom weapon, but he needed materials to start forging, so he told Sunraku to collect material ore from the wasteland. But it was taking a long time to find the ore in the muddy mash. Then a froggy appears and started making a mess on Sunraku. His bottoms were up from frustration and he take a shot at the froggy. It gave him a drop item of frog skin, and Sunraku once again returns to his work and collects enough ore to forge a weapon. So while forging was in work, Sunraku takes a tour of the city, and after a while he got his new twin blades. Their smith told him that he could upgrade his weapons too afterwards if he wants to, but more importantly, Smith told him to buy out a new armor because the monsters spawned at night are notorious, but that warning excites our guy. As for Ray, she was also on her way to second ale after killing the boss in a single swing. Sunraku, on the other hand, realized Smith was speaking truth. Even goblins spawned at night were a headache and could even call out more of its kind. Sunraku thought to back off, but he had a pro gamer's soul, so he chose to pick up the fight. But in the middle of it, the unique monster gets spawned, and this was the real Shangri-La quest that had no progress, even though there were 30 million players on the game. So, what is the true quest of Shangri-La, which has zero progress despite having 30 million players on board? To find out, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to encourage me to bring out more anime recaps for you all. That's all for today, see you in the next video.